If you're thinking about getting into strategy board games or you want to expand your collection with something that actually hits the table, you're in the right place. Today, I'm breaking down my top 7 strategy board games that I genuinely recommend right now, and I'll help you figure out exactly which one fits your group and your style. All the links are down in the description. Let's dive in. We're kicking things off with Catan, the game that started it all for millions of people. You're settling an island, collecting resources like wood, brick, and sheep, and trading them with other players to build roads, settlements, and cities. The magic happens around the table. You'll find yourself making deals, breaking alliances, and occasionally bribing your best friend with 2 wheat for 1 ore. The dice determine which resources get produced each turn, so there's luck involved, but the real game is in the negotiation. Picture this. It's getting late, you're 1 point away from winning, and you need brick. Your neighbor has brick but knows exactly what you're up to. The tension is delicious. The randomness can occasionally feel frustrating when the dice refuse to roll your numbers, but that same unpredictability keeps every game fresh and gives newcomers a real shot at beating veterans. Catan works best with 3 or 4 players where the trading really comes alive. With just 2, there's nobody to negotiate with. If your crew loves talking, scheming, and the occasional dramatic betrayal, this is your game. Next up, we have Wingspan, and let me tell you, this game is absolutely gorgeous. You're building a bird sanctuary across 3 different habitats, playing bird cards that chain together into increasingly satisfying combos. The first time your engine clicks and a single action triggers 5 different effects across your board, you'll understand why people get obsessed with this one. Every bird card features stunning scientific illustrations, and the components include a birdhouse dice tower and lovely pastel eggs that make the whole experience feel premium. Compared to Catan, Wingspan is a much more personal puzzle. You're focused on your own board, and while you can occasionally snag a card your opponent wanted, you're not directly messing with their plans. The theme genuinely shines through the mechanics. Birds of prey hunt, cavity nesters protect their eggs, and you'll accidentally learn actual ornithology while having fun. Perfect for a relaxed Sunday afternoon when you want something mentally engaging but not confrontational. Works beautifully at any player count, and the solo mode is genuinely excellent for those quiet evenings alone. Moving on to number 3, we have Ticket to Ride Europe, which might be the most universally lovable game on this list. You're collecting colored train cards and claiming routes across a beautiful map of early 1900s Europe, connecting cities to complete secret destination tickets. The rules take 5 minutes to explain, and within 10 minutes, everyone at the table gets it. What makes the Europe version superior is the station mechanic. If someone blocks your crucial route, you can build a station to borrow their connection and still complete your ticket. This transforms a potentially frustrating experience into something much more forgiving for newer players. Imagine your grandmother understanding the game on her first try and genuinely competing with everyone else by the end. That's Ticket to Ride. The game wants 3 or 4 players to shine, but for family gatherings, holiday game nights, or introducing skeptical friends to modern gaming, this is the safest bet you can make. Now, let's talk about Cascadia, the chill king of the bunch. You're drafting tiles and wildlife tokens to build a little ecosystem of the Pacific Northwest, placing bears, elk, salmon, hawks, and foxes according to scoring patterns that change every game. The whole thing takes 30 minutes, teaches in 3, and leaves you with this pleasant puzzle-solving satisfaction. Unlike Catan, where you might lose friends over a robber placement, Cascadia has almost 0 conflict. You're just building your own little nature reserve, occasionally noticing that someone grabbed the elk token you wanted, and moving on with your life. If Azul is a knife fight in a phone booth, Cascadia is a peaceful hike through the woods. The variable scoring cards mean the puzzle changes every time you play, keeping things fresh for dozens of sessions. This one scales perfectly from 1 to 4 players, and the solo mode with its escalating challenges might be the best at this weight. For couples who want something relaxing after work, or anyone who finds competitive games stressful, Cascadia delivers exactly the right vibe. For our 5th pick, we have Splendor, deceptively simple and dangerously addictive. You're collecting gem chips to buy cards that give you permanent discounts on future purchases, racing to 15 points before anyone else. The poker weight chips are incredible to handle, with that satisfying clack when you stack them, and the game creates this wonderful flow state where turns take seconds and suddenly an hour has vanished. Early game, you're scraping together chips for cheap cards. Late game, you're picking up expensive cards essentially for free because your previous purchases have stacked up so many bonuses. There's something deeply satisfying about watching your economic engine accelerate while opponents struggle to keep up. Compared to Wingspan, where you're building chains of abilities, Splendor is pure efficiency optimization with almost no theme to speak of. For 2 players specifically, Splendor Duel is actually the better choice, adding a spatial drafting board and multiple win conditions that make head-to-head play much tighter. But for 3 or 4 players who enjoy that quiet intensity of an economic race, the original remains fantastic. Coming in at number 6 is Azul, which looks like an innocent mosaic crafting game with its beautiful Portuguese-inspired tiles. But don't let those pretty colors fool you. This is one of the meanest games on the list. You're drafting tiles from factory displays and placing them on your board, but any tiles you can't legally place go to your floor line and score negative points. Serious negative points. In a 2-player game, skilled players will engineer situations where you're forced to take a pile of tiles that absolutely destroy your score. It's beautiful, elegant, and will cause arguments. The comparison to Cascadia is striking. Both involve tile placement and pattern building, but where Cascadia feels like a relaxing nature documentary, Azul feels like competitive interior decorating where your opponent is actively trying to ruin your bathroom renovation. If your gaming partner enjoys that kind of tactical combat, Azul delivers an incredible experience. If they take losses personally, maybe consider Azul's Summer Pavilion, which removes much of the punitive edge while keeping the gorgeous components. And finally, closing out our list is 7 Wonders Duel, the heavyweight champion of 2-player games. You're building an ancient civilization across 3 ages, drafting cards from a pyramid structure where taking one card might reveal something crucial for your opponent. What makes this special are the 3 different ways to win. Most points at the end like a normal game, military supremacy by pushing a conflict marker into your opponent's capital, or scientific supremacy by collecting 6 different symbols. These instant win conditions mean you can never ignore what your opponent is doing. You might be building a beautiful point-generating engine, but if they're quietly advancing their military while you're not watching, the game ends suddenly and you lose. Compared to Splendor Duel, 7 Wonders Duel is significantly meatier, with more decisions and more paths to victory. It's the game for couples who both genuinely love strategy and want something with real depth that still plays in 30 minutes. So which one should you actually buy? If you want a game that gets everyone talking, laughing, and negotiating, Catan is the only real choice. For families and mixed groups with non-gamers, Ticket to Ride Europe is the safest recommendation I can make. If you're shopping specifically for 2 players who want competitive depth, 7 Wonders Duel is the gold standard, with Azul as a fantastic alternative for those who love abstract puzzles. For solo play or peaceful couples gaming, Cascadia delivers that zen experience without any stress. Wingspan works beautifully for nature lovers and anyone who wants something gorgeous on the table that's engaging but not confrontational. And Splendor scratches that pure efficiency optimization itch better than anything else. There's genuinely no wrong choice here, just different games for different people. Links to all 7 are in the description. If this helped you decide, consider subscribing so you don't miss future roundups. Happy gaming!